maybe 10 for the last private session. That'll be really good.
Ms. Brock here, call the meeting to order. We'll go ahead with the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Approval of the agenda. Any additions to it?
I'd actually like to kind of add something, kind of goes in with the financial report, but we have to set up the budget hearing for probably the next meeting.
Mm-hmm. Okay, everything I'm sure about is here.
What's that?
I said everything I care about too. I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second. Approval of July minutes that we get chance to read those. Make a motion to approve the meeting minutes. I'll second. Financial report.
Yeah, you got a copy of the financials in with your packet, and they're listed in the text for the month. Everything is line down, all programs are done. The report's done here in the near future, so numbers where they're at now are going to be probably fairly close to final numbers as far as a lot of the bigger stuff goes. So sitting pretty good in the account. Keeping in mind that still looking at the projects for the pool at the end of the year, so. If anybody has any questions, I can answer them.
I have to tell you the swimming lessons went so well, and everybody was happy. Yeah.
I also have,
You can do the McLean County deposit.
And what was that deposit?
no, you can just have that now.
Is that 1,700? Okay. That's what I wrote down in the report. No. I said we are never having a meeting like last month. It took me You guys, we would talk about making cookies and then we were having guys at the pool and then we were, yeah.
Oh, sorry, that's, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay,
I'll make a motion to approve the financial.
and I'll second it.
Start with them.
Well, I'm just gonna look at it.
Oh.
Just gonna look at it.
Do we have anything to talk about budget?
What's the budget?
Yes, the budget, so the budget has to be in, final budget has to be in by October 7th. I think it's probably easier successfully before the October meeting to do that at the September meeting.
Yeah. we do.
Which probably plan on doing the budget hearing at like 5:15 and then do the regular meeting at like start at 5:30. That way we just have the time to get it in and done.
And what day does it have to be in by?
October 7th. And I don't think the next year meeting that month will be till 10th, so
Yeah.
that way it's just taken care of.
Yeah.
And we'll just need to get the ad put in the paper a couple weeks before that, notifying of the hearing. So if anybody wants to come to the hearing, they can.
Should I do that?
So we'll take care of it because we already have a thing that we always submit.
Okay.
No, like 15.
Yeah, we just basically review the final stage of the budget and if anybody has any questions, answer, and then that's basically it.
Motion to approve that 5:15 budget meeting.
So it probably wouldn't hurt to have it in a motion because
Yeah,
setting the time for the meeting.
yeah,
Okay.
okay.
I'll make a motion to prepare for the final budget meeting for the year at 5:15. What day was it again?
The
September
11th.
Okay, 5:15. Let's say that a normal meeting, all right after? Yep. Not well, 5:30. I'll second that. Anything else from you, Paul? Any other discussion, financials or the budget?
I will make a motion.
You both made a motion, I seconded.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Moving on, number 7, City of Watford reconciliation. You wanna come up here? It's your chance.
You know what, it's a lot better for sound.
For sure, yeah.
And you know what, that other side of the table is really better.
Whatever you guys prefer. I'm gonna give you that.
Okay, that'll be fine, you just stay there and I'll stay here.
Okay. Well, hi, thank you guys so much for having me tonight. I did bring this to our board, and I do approval to hear from them to kind of talk about, make sure we're good, you know what I mean, that sort of thing. You guys had this email about fire, when you didn't want me to go over the entire thing again, or just kind of skip through. Everybody got a chance to read that, letter from them? Judy, you had a chance to read the letter?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
So just the short version, basically, just seen a lot of back and forth, primarily not between the boards themselves, just individuals on the board, they're not looking to necessarily name those individuals or anything like that, but I recently have had multiple conversations with a fellow commissioner who has expressed that there's just all these different issues that still exist, and I want to make sure that those are actually still issues before we actually make steps to address them. I included 5 or 6 of them here, just to make sure that we are good. So what I did, this is just kind of exploratory to see how you guys are doing, see if there's anything that actually needs to be addressed. I brought a notebook to take notes, and be able to just kind of deal with whatever. So,
Good. The report, huh?
yeah, definitely. And then the kind of ideas, I'll bring that back to my board, and then I'll be like, okay, guys, so here's the thing. We can decide how we want to proceed with that, and we just go on from there. So, basically, I guess, just organize some things in the past to how we can deal with it, and then a possible foundation for the future. So, beginning with the past, I mean, stop me at any time if you want, but is there currently any issues with like Riverside Park, ownership, responsibility, like the mowing of the lawn, the upkeep, paying for costs of the bathrooms? Like, is there any ongoing issues with that sort of thing?
With bathrooms, I know there was concern at one point of who really owns the bathroom.
Okay.
Is it Parkport property or is that city property?
Mm-hmm.
And it is Parkport property,
It is for sure city property.
for sure.
Or
No,
Parkport
for
property.
sure.
Parkport property.
Parkport.
So is that something that we need to resolve, or we know for sure it's Parkport property, so there's no issue there? Is that kind of the consensus of this board?
Definitely.
I'll cross off my list then. So I
You
wrote
know
it down
what,
for a second, but-
it is the Parkport,
Okay.
and, but we get help from the city, a lot.
Sure, so if there's like any cost or anything like that, you can be more than welcome, come ask.
Yeah, you know what, and we did have costs, and we just get taken on.
Sure, no, for sure, I just want to double check on that, so.
And like the city's been really good with coming down and helping us open them up for the year, helping
Yeah.
us winterize them.
Yeah,
Right,
Just clarification
Yeah.
on it, if it shows that the city of Waterford.
the bathroom, sorry?
Was it on the, there's a street that runs through there.
Oh, maybe that's.
There's within the margins of that street,
And that street is,
Missouri Avenue, I believe.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that is not ours. And, of course, it's not, it's the street.
Right. So then the kind of thing is like when they were built, if it was on city property, we need to look at meeting minutes, something like that, to make sure that you guys knew when they built them or whatever. I think 2016, Sarah, I think.
Well,
It's a piece of paper, but I guess does it mean that you guys want us to look more into, or?
well, I know I called Mike Nelson to change the insurance, and we need to do a review, and he didn't have time to tell us tomorrow. So, I'm kind of waiting on that, but,
We kind of taken over for most part as far as cleaning, and kind of
Yeah.
but I don't see why it should remain that. And it technically it might be like as far as I am, something like that. I mean, is there a really city thing on it that goes?
Well, I think that the information that I got from Mike specifically was there could be some sort of an issue with it being on city property, but insured by the park board and conflicting insurance policies.
Okay.
But that's when you'll have to talk to Mike tomorrow to kind of discuss that.
So then maybe we could look into that, and then for like the actual,
so maybe we don't own it, but I was told that we don't.
Well, what is
oh, sure.
seems like it's kind of a gray area. Like
Yep,
if
yep.
you're willing to, if you need our help to help you look into it, or what, who owns it, the bathroom.
We own the toilets, we're gonna pay for them.
Well, then even, beyond ownership, like that would probably be more of an issue with like insurance and that sort of stuff, but then like caretaking,
Yeah,
I guess, so we could figure out the insurance portion, and then once that's settled with the caretaking, like, I mean, if it is our building and you're replacing it, then obviously we can work something out there, but I just wanna make sure everything's good between the two parties. That's my primary concern.
Right.
Not the bathrooms themselves, but the relationship, so.
Yeah, I think we kind of established and taken care of it, I guess, housekeeping of it, previously we would have, we kind of said we're going to take over that portion of it, but I guess to wait for insurance purposes, I mean, for legal portions, I guess we can wait a little longer on that, it's not a big deal.
yeah.
But in the past, we kind of take ownership of the
Yeah,
park.
and Chris takes care of it. I mean, he's taking care of it all year.
I mean, we can revisit that portion to try to kind of solidify that we have, just like, hey, paper says it's yours, whatever, if you want to keep all, take it over, that's fine, but as of right now, we've been having normal housekeeping, repairs as needed kind of thing, so.
There absolutely is a gray area.
Mhm.
But, if you look on the website, the Park Board and Stone has
Yeah.
owners of Riverside Park.
Mhm. So, I guess we can revisit that, and see what anything says, and come back to a more concrete consensus.
No problem. So, if my understanding is correctly, that the maintenance, the upkeep is just fine at this time. You're gonna be looking into the ownership, and then if there's any issues, I'll just let you guys to contact me or the city.
Correct.
Okay, crossing it off. Wonderful. There's something you kind of spoke about, like a lack of provision of funding, and I could be wrong, but I think this was referring to, this is, well, not the city, but mills. So we used to do the mills for you guys, and then we distribute that to you before you did your own. Is there any issues with that, or, because I know about the city, and that, we just probably talk about that in a second, I guess, but, like any sort of funding or any issues with like, I don't know, just money in general, like, is there any issues between the two parties that you guys have or know of?
Not that I'm aware of, unless you have something else that you think is.
No, because we get their funding straight from the county now, we do our own mills, so it's not an issue as far as anything to do with the county income from the city, or anything like that.
Okay.
Can you say the month?
Yep.
But I know the city, we did sufficient work to figure out that amount and that sort of thing, but that was sufficient, that is clear, we're good to go with all of that. Okay, wonderful. Cool. So the disc cleaning station, I know that there's been, back and forth, Park Board takes care of it, the city takes care of it, we pay you guys, $2,000 a year possibly to take care of it, like what is the ongoing issues with that?
There isn't no issue, we won't take care of it, the city, you guys take care of it.
Yeah.
I haven't done it in 2 years after they decided that it was there, so they didn't take care of it. That's the way it's been, so there was some residual backlash from years past, but that's all been squashed and cleared, and you guys take care of it, so.
Perfect. And that's what I kind of thought, because it seemed like it went back and forth a little bit, and then there were some things that were still trying to spin, and I'm just saying, okay, what's trying to spin here, so.
No.
All over that, they take care of it now, so.
Excellent. So if we're good, I'll cross that one off. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'll go through.
They're having some electrical issues, I think that already got resolved or something.
Either that or they're
Talking about it last week, something in the game about there was a setting wrong or something where the whole turns on and shuts off. But I think that was
What?
resolved.
they're getting handled. But for actual like responsibility, it's on them.
Yeah.
So not so good there, I guess. But okay, excellent. So land swap issues. I know that we obviously the park, ball diamond, that sort of stuff. There's a few times where there's some issues or whatever, but is all that good? Because it was brought up a few weeks ago, and I'm just wondering if that's actually an issue or not.
My personal opinion kind of somewhat squashed. I know there were some thoughts about we probably, could hold it for a little more just for the fact, there is some value. Granted, it might be accessible areas that we can consider assets wise, I understand that, but in my opinion, it was, once it's kind of traded, it was becoming a done deal, we kind of let bygones be their bygones. I know maybe on the city side, it's better on that portion of it. I know financial wise, also looking at the portion of it, so, when we pay taxes on it, the city doesn't, so it's gonna maybe affect the future tax for people in the area, I don't know, so. Especially with fixing the road that goes down the boat dock area and stuff like that, so. Your thoughts?
The deal on that is the city can solicit funds. We can't. We're not in the road business.
Yeah, for like grants or whatever it may be.
Yep, exactly. And you know what? Somebody is doing some work, so.
Yeah, and with that, just being partially in, and that's totally fine. Would there be possible resolutions that we could find for that, or like, what was in your mind?
Well, from my side, since we've kind of already been done and hashed out, maybe not even the best, maybe one side got a little more on it, I think it's done. My opinion is done, it's done. We kind of have it spelled out as far as the expansion of the baseball diamond, all the closer to the water park field, so what's the water park area and stuff. As far as kind of losing some of the land over there, I mean, we really don't have the funds to maintain a road over that way. In my thoughts, I think, in my opinion, if it's done, it's done. Just move forward with it.
Okay,
And
so,
it's a hill, so there's no value. I mean, we can't put a pool there, we can't put a baseball field there.
I know previously Mark had mentioned some other things about assets wise, and I agree with that, totally do. I think it probably did warrant me to think about it a little longer, but I really don't see us having, able to turn that to anything viable. You may, I mean, there probably is 1,000 things to try to make it feel a little better, but I don't see it conducive to us right now, or for trade,
so what you kind of meant, when you said there's partial issues was like, just in the deal itself possibly, but now that it's done, you're not looking to change that on.
Yeah, and I'm not really looking to change it. It's kind of more to further future assets, future money-wise. I mean, we're kind of limited to what we have, and we don't have. So I think it was both down to, if we own this, we can say we have bigger assets, as we were saying too, and the bigger assets portion of it. You have it further in that area to help us out. Get loans, acquiring loans, do other kinds
No,
of
we can't do that.
You can use that.
We can't use that land
Well,
for that,
I don't
not at all.
Okay.
That's just not
Well,
allowed.
that was some of the topics that brought up to it. So I mean, it's done now. So I think in my personal opinion, taxed out. I mean, not that it may be kind of a sore spot for some people, but I don't think now it's kind of move forward more at.
I don't think the Ford has any source for us.
Well, move forward, I think we're fine with it now.
Yeah.
I think on our side, if I have anything else on our side, y'all want to add to it, you can.
No, I'm not just in this one, it was brought up and it should, so that's what I'm doing. If it's first, I get that, that, if it was a somewhat raw deal or whatever, we want to turn it.
We don't think it was a raw deal.
There were maybe some small things about, hey, it's something not the best. Consider we were actually asking for other things on the other side of the road, but I understand that the city of Washington wants to have future development. I understand that some of these bigger companies around here in the area are going to be expanding out, so we're going to be looking for future residents to come in. I know you want to trade always one for one, which I understand that, but at the end of the day, I mean, we're kind of still limited on what we have and what we don't have, so I'm not too worried about it, in my personal opinion, but.
Okay, well, excellent, thank you so much. I guess that's pretty much it, with nuisance and shared responsibilities. I believe Chris and Adam kind of got together and talked about that a bit, or how did that, who knows where, who takes care of what, is that pretty figured out? I know there was a few things with that in the past, and.
Is there any issues with that, Chris? Yeah, you guys been mowing the walking path that I used to mow, but that's fine, and there's some stuff down at the park, the road into the park, along that little strip of grass and stuff, I just take care of that, and that's just something, they just said, whatever you mow is what you mow. I don't have a problem doing that because, other than that, it won't be certainly taken care of, so, as far as going into the parks and stuff.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't.
So it's pretty cut and dry then?
Pretty cut and dry.
Okay.
We do what we do, and you guys do what you do, and.
Do you have any issues overlapping wise at all?
Well, we still have those posts going into the park with the lights on them that we can't go around.
Isn't that personal property though?
Oh, yeah,
Isn't that
it's
somebody's property?
Yeah, it looks nice. It's good.
That's the winter lights? Which lights are those?
They're on the post.
Oh, okay.
They don't work.
Oh.
They did.
Okay. Is that the lights that were for the December time frame?
I'm wondering what light.
Well,
About here,
Those ones that are marked property, they're going down into the park, they're on the people.
okay, not the ones that are.
There's 6 or 7 that are going down that road.
Okay.
yeah.
I'm not aware of those.
No.
Okay, well,
Oh, thank you.
so you guys are leaving us an empty list, which is good. But if you guys have anything, is there anything that we need to work out, or things good? Because just my perception after having these conversations is wow, is there actually things? But
I think a lot. I mean, as far as on paper, if it's not so bad, I think maybe get the vengeance for what happened. Some, I guess, personal opinions on it that maybe Joe goes from one side or the other side. I can't say everything's perfect moving forward, but I mean, I don't think we're in a position to say, hey, we have to have this, or, we're gonna fight over a bathroom, or who fixes this, or who that, I'm not too concerned about it. Because at the end of the day, it can come for the further betterment of our area, so. Absolutely. Yeah.
You know what, it's,
Chris, a question or statement?
This whole bathroom thing down at the park, I don't know whose it is, nor do I really pay attention to it. I'll just take care of it. I think we've talked about this before, there's certain units, I'll take care of it. And, if it's the cities, it's the cities, and we get together in the fall and we take care of it, pumping them down, Adam runs the air from the water treatment plant, and I drain the lines, and, it doesn't matter, you work there every day, you take care of the bathrooms, and, it's one of those things where, I know you have enough guys now, but we're there every day, and I wish we just come down, tired of hearing about these bathrooms.
yeah.
I mean, when it's out in the public, and it's nothing, it's just a set of bathrooms down the park, and everybody's worried about it. If we just leave it alone, I'll take care of them, pump them down, and put them in the spring, and we can work together on this.
And the city helps us out if we need it.
No, really,
It's just magic, it isn't a
I think really the
problem.
only issue now, maintenance wise, you're taking care of them, and that's kind of getting squashed and kind of going away the only gray area now, who owns it for insurance purposes.
Yeah,
sure. But you don't have to, since you're taking care of it, for y'all or whatever, and stuff, if you don't have even, any kind of cost.
well, would Chelsea be able to tell us if we own it or not?
We were listening to that. We were listening back in meeting minutes and all this other sort of stuff. Adam might have had some information, but he's currently on vacation because he's on the park board around the time of the bills.
Mm-hmm.
So, we call him on vacation, you know what I mean?
No, that's fine,
So,
but I
kind of
mean,
waiting on that,
but we don't have any problem with it.
I guess the concern, like you say, where you live is something that's kind of, not too many major things, I mean, if you live there, it's not, it's an extra thing, or it's gonna be for you, see, think of who owns it, and as far as maybe some repair costs that needed, but as far as taking care of it, like, you can take care
I
of it.
think it's pretty much squashed, park board's taking care of it.
Yeah,
Take care of it, and if we have a big project or something that we need to do for it, we might come to you and ask for some assistance.
but we get it. I said, pretty lucky.
Yeah, and just they just make it abundantly clear, what Chris is talking about is like where I'm trying to get to, like cooperation together, working together for the betterment of, our shared taxpayers. We are two separate entities, yes, but it's not like we're two little castles where, we're sharing the same,
The same community,
Right,
we serve the
same
same community.
Right, and that's kind of the goal, is just to make it like, okay, well, if we can just open up discussion and make sure if there isn't anything, if there is, then we can handle it and just get it done and for the betterment of our community. So that's kind of the goal, and that's why I'd like the part 2 operational guidelines for the president. There's 2 different options there. Is there even anything necessary at this time, like to form a joint board or any sort of thing like that?
I don't think so, personally, no.
Cool.
But I think the only thing that I'm not a part of this board, but just in passing, part of the problems that were kind of created before came from work that's working together, but no real guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
And then you run into a point where you're several years down the road and nobody really knows what the agreement is.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if you are doing that, that's great. But you just have to make sure that everybody you keep a formal agreement of what is actually being done. So everybody, if it comes to a point where somebody's disagreeing with stuff, you have something to go back to, rather than so-and-so said this, so-and-so said that, we agreed to this so many years ago, who was on the board, we don't even know anymore, type of thing.
No, and that would be a really good idea, because I did have that in here with like the civil responsibilities and a more formal agreement. Do you think that'd be worthwhile pursuing? Basically, what you guys are doing now is documenting it, and what we're doing, we can document that, compare the notes, approval from both sort of thing, like would something like that be worthwhile maybe? Because you make a really good point, like, because then when you guys are off the board, or
Yep.
Chris
Yeah.
is, someone else is in there, then you might have issues, so then you have operational
I
guidelines.
think the hazard is to come down to who owns it.
Yeah, We're gonna have to put ownership on it, somebody's
Dead
going to.
ownership, who owns it, do you own it, or do we own it?
Yep.
I think
So,
And that was the whole thing, we never go
have
from
to
that.
know. I don't think you can insure something that's not yours.
that you're not sure of, yeah, for sure. So that'd be the thing, I'm talking beyond the bathrooms, like everything, if possible, so like,
The walking trail.
exactly.
To the boat ramp.
Well, it's just hard when you run into a problem to back up with a handshake agreement that somebody so-and-so said this and so-and-so said that.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden it's like, well, who said it, and they're not here anymore, do we really abide by that type of thing?
Mm-hmm.
And as far as the walking trail and all that goes, and a couple of years ago when they said, well, because I was doing it, the former president of the park board went to the city and said, when have my guy do it? Because, you know, it's done all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then that kind of something fell off and the city said, no, it's ours. Well, I don't do anything with the walking trail anymore. Now that I've stepped around a little baseball field, a little bit of the path that I got, that's all I do. I really think the walking trail is probably the city's part.
Right.
But they didn't have, I think at that point they didn't have.
It was short-handed, that's
We
why.
didn't have anybody to do it.
They said, we'll do it now.
And I think that's how it should be. I mean, so next summer, if they don't have anybody to mow, let's talk about it, you know, because we have somebody to mow, you know.
If we need help, we'll come to you. If you guys need help, come to us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And actually, written out guidelines would be helpful for that, too, because then if we don't have enough help, it wouldn't be like that thing where, hey, you guys are doing that, right? You know, that sort of thing.
yeah, and you know what,
Comes into the.
a different board might say, we're not doing it,
Right.
you know. This board would say, yeah, we'll do it for you.
Sure, if you're doing that, you know, I know there was actually some talk about, well, we're having Chris do all this, but we should get him compensation for the hours that we're paying him for, since he's doing work for the city, type of thing.
And you know, it's in the past too, because I mean, Chris or whoever was helping in the past, and before you work for us, they work for us. So we, we're not in the city about that quite a while back, about, hours they work for the city or helping out.
We did go to them and say, you know, hey, you know, we're willing to do this, but what, you know, what they have for Christmas wages for the summer, since he's gonna take care of all that, that's when it all fell apart.
So that one was also,
That's when it all fell apart.
Yeah,
We were willing to do that, but we wanted some compensation for me to do it,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then we were like, well, you know, and that was when the city was short-handed, and, you know, and then we just finished up the year, and that was the next year, they took it over, and we got a guy, okay?
Sure. So would you guys believe that it'd be a good idea to maybe send like a joint board or something, two and two just put together the guidelines? Or do you guys as a group want to put together part of
I
it?
think
or us?
two would be a great idea.
Sure.
And, because it's not for this group, we're fine, but, you know, 10 years down the road, it might blow up, so,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but I think we have to find out who owns it and then go from there.
For the bathroom.
Yeah,
Sure. Yeah, and it's just like for every community, kind of just get it more concrete, you know, so.
yeah, it's just a vote to,
yeah. Who would like to serve on that board?
I can,
Dana will,
then I can do it.
okay.
You want to do it? Yeah, we'll kind of get together. We'll let insurance kind of. Yeah, let's just tell you this. We'll let, insurance kind of get, figure out the part, ownership wise, and that will kind of put this thing together and.
Well, I don't think that the insurance itself is gonna be able to
Well,
give you ownership.
Yeah, I,
It's gonna be based, so the insurance itself is
based on that portion, yeah.
I think
You guys want to call it, let's just set guidelines, like, okay, walking path, city's gonna mow, if they need help, they're gonna call us.
Mm-hmm.
We can have Chris or who's ever hired at that time, go help them mow, come up with a compensation of, okay, you know, whatever, how many hours it takes to mow that portion, you know, half and half or whatever. Yeah, we'll get together on that and come up with a plan. And then the parks are ours and cleaning stations, we already know is the city's, boat ramp I think is city's. As far as I know, we don't have to worry about that.
Can you clarify that with the city, other city commissioners and the portfolio boarders? Just because you're coming from the city, to make sure they know about the space station and the.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they know.
Yeah.
And then you guys as a committee are gonna be able to talk to the city and
Yeah.
hash all those details out. You guys come to us and say, hey, this is what we found out with you guys.
Yeah.
The city commissioners,
Yeah, to the city and say, hey, this is where we are, you know, what,
Is this for or whatever?
Yeah.
No, that's a good idea, and for now, I won't have my two, I don't think we'll really do like a special meeting or anything for it, so I might see a whole, look at the slow roll, you know,
Yep,
next month or
whether
whatever.
we're done with mowing and all that stuff anyway, here soon, because it's gonna be snow on the ground, so.
Sure, but then that gives it this, because then you had a whole summer to really figure out what's what and who's who and that sort of thing, so. Excellent, okay.
Hey, I see leaves changing already, so I'm not sure now.
I know.
They're mowing them.
Okay, excellent. And then just part three, foundation for the future. I just put together a little statement of unity. If we both want to do this, you don't even have to do that. But just so we're based on the same like foundation, and we have something to point to. So if there was ever anything to come up to be like, okay, well, the park and the city work together, and we can point to this where we've agreed to work together. You know, where we aren't like battling or anything like that. We're not seeking to battle. We're seeking to work in unity for our community. So that's what this is. It can be changed. It can just be thrown away. That's fine. But this is just an idea. We're both entities that agree to this, I guess, to work together. Just in a formal way, more formal way. But we do not need to do that at all. But
I think the statement of intent would be fine. This board here, the summer having Chris help us, and we had the city help us. And there was never like, well, I can't do that, or I won't do that. So, you know, we're a very small community, and we actually are. We are the park board, also the city board. You know, it's not two different things. We work together, and that's how it is. And but by doing this foundation for the future, maybe we'll ensure that. You know, to ensure that people understand that we're a team.
Hopefully we're gonna finish that, past stuff kind of done, you probably hashed out, and hopefully moving forward, it can be, continue,
We don't need no animosity and,
No,
we need to work together.
that was really the whole issue is animosity. because we
Go a lot
don't
better.
know.
Both play the same.
yeah, absolutely, just on the same team. So excellent. I can leave that up to you guys to agree to it at a later time. That's totally fine. But yeah, that's all I have, I guess. Unless you guys have anything specific you want me to bring back to the city.
I'm going to give you this too. We have a mission statement that you might want to put in the file. And that mission statement is what we do.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I guess you guys have anything else to me down there?
do not.
Nope.
I think what they're doing here, I mean, you're certain their future and stuff, and kind of like, make something better for you, I guess. And, say more concrete, you know.
Well, you might want Brock's phone number, Danny, you can get a hold of. But I'm just thinking again, you know, you might be the master of ceremony.
Sure. I can try to see what I can do, but excellent. Well, thank you guys so much.
Thank you very much.
Sorry.
Good, the more, the sooner the better.
Everything's fast now, right?
Good.
Good. Moving on, East Washburn Live, let's go.
Hello.
Liz.
Hi. So the park tonight is blowing up. Hopefully we'll have, I don't know, at least 30 people, if not more. I did send out a couple emails just to see, get some links if we could get any help in any areas. I'm still gathering help for the lemonade. I just got the popcorn. We're gonna put those in bags, and then the watermelon. if any of you guys are interested, that'd be great, any family members, that'd be great. If not, I got it, that's how we're moving forward. Chris has been amazing, putting the trees up for us, the grass has been cut, the only thing is just like closer moving it.
I'll do it Friday.
Yeah, he's gonna have the grass, like kind of not in the circle where he does it, cause like it's not bagged or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Also setting up the lights, NDSU has a project, you saw the McLean Resource Center is collecting items, we're gonna do backpack giveaways. So that's on Saturday, it's gonna start at 8, the movie probably won't start till like 9:30. It has to get dark. I went out there a few weeks ago. I really need help. It's gotta get sprayed. I was murdered by mosquitoes. I went home and had like 20 bites, like all over me. So I don't know if you guys have that type of stuff. Do you need our support? And can we work together to get something? Like that's not my field.
You go to, Dakota Economy and get Tempo, and you spray Tempo.
Okay. Do you want me to do that?
Oh, yeah.
So wet, really not gonna do that.
No, you have to do it right up. Yeah, it would be gone. If you were to spray today, it'd be gone.
Is that like a Thursday, Friday thing?
No, that's like a Saturday.
Like a Saturday morning?
Saturday afternoon. Saturday at 6 o'clock. Every, a couple hours before we get to
Cool.
Tempo is, you can spray Tempo in your house.
You think it'll be okay?
Yeah.
Pet, human, you can literally spray it on your kitchen floor.
Okay.
Doesn't hurt, man.
Then that's what we'll do. I wasn't sure like what procedure was with that.
Can you work with help out with,
Well, if you guys need some for the future too, for the dog park, area too, just to get more people over there, like, I don't know, I'd be willing to like help and work with that. Where we can get more
Tempo
children.
stuff is not expensive, but it's not cheap.
Yeah.
No chemicals are cheap, but
It just works.
Okay.
spiders in your house, box elder bugs.
Tempo, yeah.
Just there.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so we were gonna come to use that shelter that was right there by that platform. It's kind of scary.
Where's shelter?
The one that's
No,
by the
right up in the
playground.
bathroom.
Oh.
Because he uses it. Yeah, so, and I know nobody says he asked to use it, but, like, spiders everywhere.
Well, I think the answer for that, when I asked sometimes if they couldn't do it, was if we had, I thought the fire department could bring their water
Fire
down.
truck and hose it
It's
out.
what it needs, like, seriously. That's
Yeah,
what
it does. We have pictures here, we know.
Yeah. I was gonna use that, so I don't know if there was any suggestions. I don't mind knocking on whoever's door. Is there a hose out there?
I don't think so.
Is there a water spigot out there?
Right there.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, guys. I don't know.
Well,
I might be able to go over there and spray it out.
Hold on to it, why don't you just ask?
Huh?
Why don't you just ask?
Well, I thought
Chris,
that,
can you do it?
because we're supposed to be
I've got-
responsible too, you know what I mean? You guys are the park board.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that way everybody knows what I'm asking for.
you send the crews, you send them all, and you
So,
getting everything ready for
try
you.
to combo too, so we wanna do a package deal here, or,
I'm good with that, if you want to do
I mean,
it.
I'll spray it Saturday morning after work. And the board needs to tell me what to do, I'm willing to do it, I'll clean up that shelter, I mean, I already put extra tables out there for you.
Did you?
Yeah, I just moved from the church, so there's 6 extra tables over there now. So when there's garbage cans already, so if the board says clean it up, I'll clean it up.
Might as well, that's what.
Well, I was wondering, I didn't know if they had heard how bad it was.
Thank you for thanking Chris, because Chris does so well.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's amazing. I think that's pretty much it. I'll start hanging up a little bit more lights in that area. It's a 25-foot big blow-up movie, so we've had a lot of support, the Legion and Library and NDSU. So yeah, that's it, guys.
I'm gonna work with Chris on getting that this year.
The tempo, yeah. I mean,
I'll spray it Saturday morning, I think.
just food for thought, if you guys ever think about, revamping it or something, or like using, paint code or something, it's probably worth Western Mass, and maybe with the city, they have that new, what is it, restore type thing? I don't know, around town where they're like revamping areas, so, yeah. What is it called? Beautification. Yeah, maybe we can try that and get Western Mass to help. I think it's all part of the community, so, yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Kelly, you got any cool updates?
Cool updates, I know Kelly has some updates, but Jen, if you have anything?
Well, I don't know, I think she probably got all the information from Tracy or Northern and stuff, so I don't have that. I guess I have a few things that I was gonna bring up,
Perfect.
but I don't know what she has. So, okay, I was going to ask about doing something to block off the, like, when you're going from the pool into the bathroom, how that's just open. I was gonna see if there was anything we could do to block that off for the winter, as well as figuring out something to block off because there's big gaps under the front of the doors. And so, like, when we went to clean this year, like, there was animal poop everywhere, and mouse poop everywhere, and it was really just, all dried on and nasty, like, you had to scrub with a so we thought if there'd be a way to block that stuff off, or cats and raccoons and whatever aren't getting in there all winter, to keep it nicer and cleaner in there.
Yeah, since the nursery's been closed now,
Right. Right, so if we could keep it, I just feel like there's something that'll
how
help.
could we put up enough barrier?
I don't know if we can even
That's
just
all
do like
cinder block, isn't it?
plywood or, And then the other thing, while we're thinking of stores, would be that we were, we've talked about this I think before, but we were kind of told that it'd be a good thing for us to have a door put up, where chemicals are.
Yes, that should be a permanent
So
door
people aren't getting,
instead of the curtain.
into the chemicals, right?
Yep.
So, that was just another thing that, something to think about. I don't know what the solution is, I'm not a builder.
It should be a door,
Well,
and it could be open on the top, but it should just be a door. It's a little wider than a door, Chris.
you sort of get a steel door, a little lighting on, we'll measure out and buy a steel door, and so we gotta put 2x4 frame around the outside,
Yeah.
do the steel door to it, and then we can have like a set of keys for it and lock it. That was the solution we talked about.
Okay. And I don't know if even if that's cheaper or easier, like it doesn't have to be completely blocked out.
Yeah, a gate probably won't be high enough, so a cat will jump over that, or a raccoon.
Well, we don't put so much there.
Oh, I was talking about the chemical.
Sorry.
If we're gonna do it, we might as well put a door there, a good steel door, and be done with it, and then there's no worries anymore.
Right.
As long as there's still good light access for him to get into.
Yeah, and the door will open, I mean, we can open the doors, it opens to the showers.
Yeah.
Should be plenty in this room.
Okay.
And as far as I don't know if we could just seal we really don't go in there in the wintertime. I wonder if we could just fill the frame that, so that whole front out totally. Just do the whole thing. Do the 2x4s on the steel and screw them right to the steel and leave them, and then just fill the frame, plywood it, and be done with it, the whole thing. And then I'd have to go through and do all the doors, and we can put stick on the doors to keep them out of the office area on both sides.
Right.
I mean, they can come in you can tweak the door trees for like in the pool room, that door that don't open, that's got that much gap. I mean, we can do some things, and so whatever you guys wanna do, I mean, piece the 2x4 and screw them to the door, and that'll take care of outside. We can take them off in the summer. I guess it comes down to whatever we need to do. So we're at that time of year now, so.
I understood everything about the door for those chemicals.
but the other, I don't,
The big entrance going into the, where you go in, when you go into the office, you can go to the bathroom, there's that big wide open space.
Yeah.
I'm saying we just 2x4 there to the sides and then plywood it, put a hole in it and just be done with it.
yeah,
And
And
then
then we
summertime is
take
pump.
it down in the spring, just go in, dip them out, and then they can paint them 2x4s, whatever color, and put it up next fall again.
yeah.
But for, yeah, and
They'll
then.
stay up, we'll just paint them, and then we'll put the plywood right to it,
Yeah.
build a frame.
And we could sort of,
Yep.
plywood,
Yep.
yeah,
Throw it all in the mechanical room.
yeah, cause that is a mess. And you know what, there's cats all winter long, oh yeah, you know.
Yeah, okay. And then I stopped there today and with the heavy rain, so like now the roof is slanted, right? So in the front of the pool, like the whole sidewalk was like flooded. And then because of the gapping under the door, it was going into the pool. So I think we probably need to put some gutters on that side of
Towards the fence.
on that side of the building. So that was another thought. And then I had called Adam to let him know we're shutting down. Saturday's our last day. We have this Solution picnic coming in. And he said he'd come over and help too with anything needed as far as what we all need to do, I guess, to shut it down properly.
Yeah,
Does the
Stuff like
association do
that.
that?
yes, they do, but Adam does too.
They got some valves out in the front, they've got it shut.
I didn't know, like, last year there's a few things that we just didn't know, like, we left the probes in the, controllers with rooms, we left the whole box of chemicals there, which we had to send them to replace them all, you know, so it was just things like we just didn't know any better last year.
Right, yeah, well,
So it'd just be nice, you know, and he was willing, but on that note also, I was hoping maybe we could do something for him and Colin for all the times they came and helped.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
volunteer their time. and
What would
Colin
you
cleaned our
suggest?
filters.
What would
I
you,
don't know, like, we could maybe do a,
Pool
wash
membership for
room
next
bar
year.
or.
Pool membership for next year.
Free. I thought like washroom bus or, you know, gift card to Crowdy's or just something to support local.
yeah, you
I
know what?
like walking bucks, that way,
Yeah,
if they wanna go, probably have to be crowded, somewhere for lunch, they can use them, they can go to Crowley's and use, they're not
yeah.
not stuck at Crowley's, not saying anything against Crowley's, but
really.
Okay, who are we giving them to?
calling out.
Colin, oh, good idea.
Yeah, and Colin came in like in that whole.
Yes, I know,
filter
yeah.
house and-
Yeah, he spent a lot of time putting everything, it's so,
Yeah.
okay.
So, okay, and then I was just gonna, just bring up to the, you know, we talked about fundraisers for the sandbox and all that stuff we have coming up. And one, person did suggest to me doing, they said that you guys, a few years back, did like pennies for the park and put cans out at all the businesses and they
Yeah,
said that they had, you know, they got these pennies for the pool.
yeah, and you know, I was just waiting for the school thing to get settled before I started a big splash, but, when I started on the park board, we had a fundraiser that did very well. But we've gotta have things like that, like the pennies, like the jars,
Right.
and, we're gonna need a few fundraisers to get some money together.
Yeah.
So, and as early as next week, we can start on that.
Mhm.
And I'm suggesting we have a thermometer available just for people to watch
Mhm.
and have it go up. You know, we had it in the newspaper the last time, but I don't think there's readers. I don't think the papers yet.
Newspapers going down,
Yeah,
everything in the past, in the next
Yeah.
15, 20 years,
oh, yeah,
Not even that long.
yeah.
yeah, I'm saying doing that.
For, you know, your pool, couldn't you get the school involved, that's saying this person that gives the most change, just a popcorn party?
Possibly, but that has to be something we have to go ask.
Yeah, just things like that.
And, you know, we could do some things at the ball game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But, you know, we've got to get that planned out. My big deal is I want to do some, I want to get some, money from Mulgillison Division. I want to write a grant there and to play split. I want to write some grants and I want to talk to like all the companies that are around this area to see if we can get some donations that way. But I kind of have to have a figure. And Associated hasn't called me, and Rockwest tonight, and did he have any?
I think him and Kelly both might have had numbers from Oxy Danko.
I was informed that they didn't have numbers because they wanted to look at it.
Oh yeah, they were gonna come in after school closed, but
They wanted to training and then they wanted to look at it.
Austin Spencer did, but the person brought me a cane.
okay.
Got measurements and stuff from me, so I'm thinking Boston should have a number, but you're right, Austin Spencer did want to wait.
Because I have a bid here that's completed. And it is for $40,700. And this is for sandblasting.
Who was that?
And it is
That will.
Lynn Creed Blasting. And I got his name,
How much was it due? $40,000.
$40,700. And if we don't, I mean, we've got to have this stuff done, so we can, you
Right.
know,
I think with those two being gone, we might need to have a
a
special
special meeting.
meeting in a couple of weeks. After the pool.
Pool goes to Saturday, doesn't it? The other thing,
Saturday.
the other thing too, in talking about this, when you go to Kenya, you need stable weather for about 7 days.
Right.
That's 10 years and it's be warm. I mean, and I don't see
It's gotta
anything.
be now.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to do it now because the school's still open. I need 3 days a week to get it shut down.
Yeah.
Get somebody here push it on us a week. And we're pushing. Like I say, I was told you need 7 days on that thing for that thing to try to write.
Yeah, I think we do too. I just think, but we can have that if we got it going. And that's why, I mean, this guy just isn't gonna come tomorrow.
Right.
But
Well,
I have to have approval to talk to him about it.
Is
You
it
think
associated
that-
we can wind up to do the thing, like is that? Because you have to get in touch with
Yeah,
them.
those were not the same, they need to be in the loop too, if they're even gonna be able to do it.
Yeah, and they didn't call me yet, no.
If you really be looking at spring yet.
I'm guessing spring's gonna have to be here.
One problem with spring is you don't get that stable weather.
right.
Right.
You can do that. Thank you, Mandy, and I got called community solutions.
Okay, thanks.
And the other thing that we need to consider is finding somebody to do the tile work, because all those tiles are falling off.
And I told Associated that.
Okay. I wasn't sure if they did
Yeah.
that too, or,
Yeah,
okay.
that we have to replace the tiles.
That's all I have for the pool.
So, what I'm saying is we are gonna have an emergency meeting. And it's kind of an emergency.
Right.
No, let's wait till we get the pool drained.
Do you want
Well, from our end here, Jen said they're done at 4 o'clock on Saturday. The pump will be in the pool Saturday. I will start tucking it down Saturday and run it till, 7, 8 o'clock, and then I'll run it all day Saturday. and I'll run it
Before you
all day
start,
Sunday.
get with Adam and kinda ask where we should pump it, 'cause I know it kills that gravel over there. Pushes all that gravel onto the water.
The only place we can, they've actually redone that, that was pretty good this spring, I thought. I saw him talk to Zach a couple times, he was down there watching it, it seemed to be working pretty good since, they redid all that.
Okay.
So that was the problem before, it would blow all the gravel out down that road, but I don't think we had any problem with that this spring. I'd have to go back and talk to Zach, but I normally just run it right down the road, just run it right down, so that's what the culvert is, so.
Right.
Okay,
Do you want a special meeting next week.
Yeah,
Probably.
You need to find out if you have the information you need to have the special needs.
yeah.
Yeah, why don't we just set it up to
See what Brock,
wait, we
let's
can
get with Brock and see.
text in the group chat with Brock
Yeah.
and Kelly and see what they have.
Yep.
And we'll set it up from there, and we can let you guys know on that. It has to be published 24 hours in advance, so.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that.
No,
I don't.
no. They're not even worrying about it.
Okay,
Doesn't matter.
okay. How they do?
We could have stories about that.
Yeah, you don't, that's, when I said animosity, it was
Mm-hmm.
because he is part of the commission now, so is Keith. We don't need it,
Right,
so we're not gonna worry about it. If he shows up, he shows up. Fine, he can show up.
no, you can't, not without permission.
Well, he could come as just a citizen,
Mm-mm.
as long as, if he doesn't talk about anything with the city, he could come as a worried citizen, couldn't he?
They can come as a part of Washington.
Exactly.
Mhm.
He can come as two different things. We're not worried about it.
Not worried about it,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nothing to worry about.
That phase in our life is over, so.
That's why I kept, we're not worried about the past, just
Moving on.
moving on.
Okay. Well, anyway, I have a bid, and I think it's pretty reasonable for what I understand. But I agree, I would love to know what Occidental and those.
But they can't give us a bid until.
Well, the other one Brock might have, but Oxygen can't turn it into a pool.
The only other thing, yeah, I mean, I guess Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I would say by Tuesday it should be empty if he's gonna,
It's probably Wednesday.
so.
If he said they want.
He has someone lined up as soon as it's empty, they could come?
I thought you had Occidental lined up to come Wednesday.
Okay, perfect, well then, yeah, we gotta wait
That's
till,
what he talked about.
might be the following week before we can, have our special emergency meeting.
Yep.
for it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. You know what the hours slash employment was, or was that part?
Hours and employment, yes. Do we wanna look at maybe next year? I know we talked earlier this year about only hiring so many lifeguards because they all wanted more hours.
Mhm.
But now it seems like we did that, and we're still we're short staffed.
Yeah, but, yeah, I know, I understand, I know where you're coming from. The only time we're really short staffed though is, here's the thing, we have teenagers working, when somebody's sick, nobody wants to come in, because they're teenagers and there's no time. So that's where we were running into issues, and then, during the state, or not state, the state fair, yeah. During the state fair and country fest, then everybody wants to go to that. And so, and maybe that's on me, maybe I say, no, you can't all have it on, but in my head, I'm like, so kids, I want them to enjoy their summer.
Not
So,
only that, how many of you
yeah,
run into the issue where you tell them that and they say, no, I'm going anyway. And then
Well, and
you
that's
say,
the
"No,
thing.
we're not."
Yeah. And I
Then
felt
we
like-
sit that day.
I felt like, I mean, there was many times I went to work and lifeguarded, so we didn't have to shut the pool down. And Laura Keaton, actually, who helped us in the lessons, approached me and said that she would actually like to get her lifeguard certification only to help out when we're short-handed, not to be on the schedule.
That's not,
And so if we have,
Oh,
that's the opposite.
oh,
I thought it was,
so if we have, another person who could just help out in a change. But, maybe we do have to hire more and just say, sorry, you guys don't get as many hours as you want when you're there, because then.
Not to
But I
do
don't
it, that
think
is,
it's gonna help, because there's more kids who still wanna go to the same places all the
Right,
other kids wanna go to. Well,
or is there, maybe, I mean, those dates are known in advance, you can say, hey, you're working Monday, sorry, if you can't work Monday, you gotta find somebody else to work for you.
I know the one time I was there for swimming lessons with Bristol, the lifeguards are like, well, I'm gone tomorrow. Something, they're like, well, so-and-so can't work. I'm not covering for him, I'm already leaving, blah, I was just like, holy crap, you guys.
you know what,
I don't know when you're graduating, but you got a rude awakening coming from when you
Wait a
take
minute.
days off of work.
I arrived at the pool to explain to them that they were going to have to staff with 2 lifeguards at all times. They wouldn't talk to me. listen, first of all, when I told them that, I thought they were all gonna quit for the nasty faces I got. And then they went behind my back and called Judy to complain about it, because Judy speaks, and they thought they could get their way with her. No. And I didn't know what,
It's not that you're being rude and then you're making it, it's for the safety.
I know, that's what, and you know what I said? I said, I feel like you guys are really ungrateful. Like I was like, I'm sorry if that sounds mean, but you guys, I was thinking I was so mad at them. I'm like,
They're getting paid to do that, they can do their job.
Like, this is for safety, yeah. You wanna put a job on your watch because you wanted to sit in the office? Like, come on, you
You
guys.
signed up to be a lifeguard, yeah.
Not a,
Well, you know what, I think it'll work out a lot better when next year comes and they know what's going on. And that's just how it is. Yeah, exactly. And you know what, they were.
How many lifeguards do you have this year?
8.
8 lifeguards? I feel, obviously it's employment, you know, a job opens up and you have 20 applicants, and there's only
I'm sorry, you work at Crowley's or you work at the bank or you work anywhere, you don't get to go hide out in the corner when you're not on the chair.
Right.
Wait till they go to a job and they get a 15-minute break in the morning and a 15-minute break, or they have a job like me and I don't get a break ever. You know? Well, that's cool.
Adulting.
I don't know how many times
Adulting
I've
101.
so, like, this is as good as it gets, you guys. I promise it gets harder from here, so there's nothing to complain about at this point. No, and you know, and I just said, I get the phone calls. I said, well, the rule is 10. Oh, there was more than 10 in the pool. Well, I don't know, but, you know, we do have it on our phone, and I just get them quite a bit.
One, two, simple.
Yeah. I have to tell you, one thing I went on one Saturday afternoon, and there were 2 people in the pool, and no lifeguards. They were the lifeguards. I was like, what? About that? I felt like a fool, because I thought, oh my God, they were having the best time, so they didn't have any swimmers. Oh, that's.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah, let's go.
Pool charges.
I know we always ask for the free will donation, but again, I know we discussed this a little bit the last meeting. I still think that we should charge, or even look into.
Is there a way
we could look at a financial?
I don't know how many years ago it was, I don't know how far you have to go back, or even just, I even said to ask Chelsea, but she couldn't remember. Like, a membership, they used to do a single membership or a family membership, or they just punch card. If there's any way we could find, I just don't want
it out, I could probably figure it out. But I feel like just from when I took over from Tammy and started doing it, they were doing it that way. I still feel like the income is as much, if not more, doing the donations and just giving that whatever as it was charging.
To say, I mean, Jen, you can maybe answer this. If a kid comes to the pool Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, are they bringing $2 every time they come and putting it in, or do they bring a $20 bill and put it in Monday and then they swim the rest of the week, or are they just showing up and swimming?
A lot of families, the parents will bring except for $100 or $120 at the beginning of the year as kind of their membership and call it good. There are families or people, I mean, there was a lady who came one day and dropped some things and she's like, I'm sorry to say that. I mean, there are people who drop in a little bit here and there, but I think the majority, and I'm sure Paul can see this too, but the majority comes even at the beginning of the year because that's when people are usually donating a big amount as kind of their membership for the summer. But there are still people who bring a couple dollars here, a couple dollars there.
Maybe when you bring in your deposit bag, you're talking a stack of like probably a good $2,000.
Yeah.
To every I don't know, 2-3 weeks or whatever. I don't think that it's worth it to me.
And I think the one thing too that I see is and like not to judge, and I don't know people's situations, but I see kids who come there every day and never give any money, but I see those kids as junior kids who wouldn't get the opportunity to swim because their families probably either can't afford it or just wouldn't afford it. Yeah. And you know when Matt rented all those apartments, he got every kid in those apartments a pass for, you know, a membership, and it was a couple $100, but
Do you think, Paul, leave it kind of as
I
is?
think as is, I mean, the thing about it is you have to think about it, you're never gonna make money on the pool. You're not
Pool's
doing
always a loss.
The pool's always gonna be a loss, I mean,
Oh,
you're always
it's
gonna
an
pay, you're gonna pay more in between the chemicals and utilities on the pool than you're ever gonna make.
Right.
But it's more of a community service, and I feel like when you put a dollar amount on it, you kind of exclude people. Whereas when there's not a dollar amount other than give what you can, everybody gets to use it.
Yeah.
And you guys are, I mean, completely free to disagree with me, but that's just my take on it.
We do want to keep money, we do want to sell it, just, you know, if there's more money coming in now than on free will than there would be on tap, it doesn't make any sense to say.
Right.
And
Yeah, if we're making more money, then why,
I mean, the biggest thing this year has been the swimming lessons.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's been the biggest swing. You probably made at least 3 times more than I've ever seen you guys get some swimming lessons this year.
And you know what, that's gonna continue. Yeah, they were just wonderful. I watched a mom bring a little kid and said they just moved in, she told, April, he doesn't, listen, and he doesn't like to get his face wet. And she said, okay, and she didn't talk to him, you know, and she said, you stand right here by me, every time, and so then she had the kids jump in off the side, she was sitting there, and she jumped in off the side, and she said, okay, put your arms out, straight in front of you, and push yourself to me, and she went down to, that's it, put his head in the water, and it was just like, so, but they just want to do it, you know, that's really good.
okay, anything else on pool charges?
No, I guess you want me to make a motion that we're going to probably leave them as they are?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Pool sandblast bids update, we kinda talked about that already, we're gonna have a special meeting once we kinda get the pool drained and everything that needs to be done. We kinda postpone that for the, special meeting, right?
Yep.
Along with the pool fundraiser,
We kind of already touched on that.
kind of stuff on that. Again, I think we can reevaluate that as something that we can talk about when school starts, maybe doing something in the school, maybe doing some sort of.
You know what, and all of our fundraisers, we, did caramel rolls, and they just picked them up. And we did, a meal where they, chicken sandwiches, and they picked them up, it was during COVID. And they picked them up, and we did about 8,000 on one of them and 7 on the other, which was huge. I mean, that was very generous stuff came in. But I'm going to write letters to the power, the plant.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, to the utilities, you know, and, just gave me another, SpringfieldNorthDakota.com Community Solutions Grant Program. And there's some diversion, but I have to have some bids to turn in for those grants.
Yeah. So kind of reevaluate that after our special meeting.
Yeah.
And maybe have that the next.
But we need to locally do some fundraising,
Right,
you know, and it's, you know, it's littler amounts, but it all makes for a big pile.
Great.
But I think making the thermometer might really work. It works in the paper. It was really good, but
So I
there just isn't any readership.
Okay, moving on, and then any other discussion on school fundraiser?
I had one other thing that it isn't necessarily on the fundraiser, but I was just wondering, have you guys ever thought about doing like offering like maybe trying to do a water aerobics class for trying to get some of the older people involved with the pool?
I think that was in that survey, and there was very little,
How about underwater basket weaving?
We do not ask about that.
okay.
water polo.
I know those things are usually pretty big at like the Ys and stuff like that. when we get-
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Stacy had that in her survey.
Yeah.
There was just, you know, very few, and there just wasn't enough time with them being shown and doing that thing.
Yeah.
They were kind of feeling overextended already, I think, so. they just
Right.
didn't account for it.
Rec update season end, I was hoping Brock would be able to speak on that, so we'll postpone that.
Yeah, we can touch on that.
Lark game update,
Wasn't as successful as we wanted it to be.
Was it successful at all?
I emailed the guy earlier this week to hopefully get an update on our profit or loss on that. And I haven't heard back from him yet, so I would assume so as well, or close to even. But,
You know, and it's really fun.
right, I
It's
think
really good time.
it's, yeah, I don't know why
I feel
a lack of average, we didn't get it out in time. I don't know if it was my fault, if it was,
Maybe next time, and maybe you did, I don't have the app, because I really don't care, but the living local deal that they have, you could have selfies, get that out there so that it, you know, pops up every once in a while.
the only thing that I thought is that with it being in the middle of summer and with it being on a weekday, maybe you see a lot of people don't wanna get off work, they hop straight to something like that.
right, and I think another thing was Vacation Bible School got scheduled, or we overscheduled, double scheduled that day too, so I don't know if that had a, I
We
didn't
probably
hear
would've
parents
went
that said
We
we
left for
had.
the Dallas back next morning, I wasn't taking my kids.
I will tell you, I worked the Bible school and went to the game, but those kids, they went home with their noses pretty down. Don't you think they were pretty tired after they?
Right, so I think, you know, scheduling, and maybe lack of advertising it, and another thing too I talked about was, when we did it previously, we had the tickets in hand, where we could go around and say, hey, do you wanna buy tickets?
Yeah,
Can you give them your tickets?
Do they not do that at all anymore? Is it,
When he talked to me, he's like, it's so much easier to do the QR code, everything's done digitally now.
Oh,
So I don't even know if they print tickets.
Well, I talked to Noah, I think it was the day of or the day before, and he said he couldn't get tickets, none of the coach guys knew at all. And he said he couldn't figure out how to get them, so he didn't get them.
see, I think that's because, there's a lot of people that are not computer savvy at all.
Right. I
And
think
so,
maybe next time if we do it, we gotta look into,
did you do the game when you did the game because baseball was over here? Or could you think a game would go better earlier in the season, where summer's not as busy,
right.
where you're kind of,
I think, yeah, it's just kind of a multitude of things. If we did it maybe during the season where they're all still together, we have,
maybe we could get teams.
T-ball was only a month, so T-ball hadn't been to practice or heard about it, and
yeah,
there, you know, there's a whole month between T-ball ending and,
yeah.
And I talked to Brock a little bit when we were there too about it, and like I wasn't sure how it works, like if you had to buy all the tickets or how it works. But anyways, I was like, maybe next year, if we don't, for sure don't use money, you say, either first of all, put out a survey and say who would be interested in this,
Right.
maybe that'll help you, or you just get, say, 50 tickets, or whatever you sold this year, about that many, and just say, first 50 get to come, and then you're sold out.
right.
Because then that way you know you won't lose money.
And I think we reserved 125, and like thinking about it, I was like 125, that's only, there's 5 people, average of 5 people in a family, it's only 20 families, that's almost a little league team,
Mm-hmm.
thinking that, but.
Right.
If you have a ticket to hand them, they'll give you the money.
Right,
And whether they come or
And
not,
then, yeah, and
but
if they don't go, you donate the money at least.
Fundraiser
Right.
for the ballpark, so people might buy them even not knowing if they can go.
right, exactly. Parks, and anything else on Lark Game?
no,
Parks update.
Go mowing.
Go mowing, not moving snow yet?
who's responsible for the garbage?
What garbage is,
Like there's a side park,
that's us,
how about pool park?
the pool park, not the pool. We've never done the one at the pool.
And they do,
I know, they've never done one at the pool.
So we didn't know that one right outside our door
So
was ours.
Yeah, that's a fancy one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we didn't know that till like last week.
When I first came on, that was the kids, the lifeguards or whatever, that was their job, that was what I was told.
My whole thought on it though is, not that we can't do it, I don't really care. But my whole thought on it is people who are throwing garbage in it aren't coming out of the pool and putting garbage in it. They're coming from the park and putting garbage in it. So that's why I never even thought
It's a
that
horse,
was ours,
and
you know?
we can just do it and be done with it, and it's just not.
Right.
But you know what, there's real staff at the pool now that can do that.
And since we're talking about garbages, we need to do garbage can, that's
Oh,
cool.
yeah, we do. need to-
That one, busted, that's one, fancy, door one, and it's junk,
The big one outside of it.
the big one.
That like kind of tan square one with the lid and the pushing. One side is.
It's a commercial one, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the other side of.
Kinda like what the city puts out.
Like on Main Street on the sidewalk and stuff like that.
Right.
Maybe that's
So
what
that
we're
doesn't
doing.
mean necessarily something so fancy, but
I just put a barrel over it, so I
yeah,
don't have
we
to
just
worry
got
about
it all from
it.
the baseball field for now.
Something with the barrel was kind of tacky, looking, something more professional looking.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes. I mean, people,
Or honestly,
do we need a garbage there that there's some in the pool and there's some in the park?
Right, that was my thought too, like, I'm not even sure that we need one there, honestly. Because
Well,
the
people are-
garbage is all over inside the pool.
The more garbage you have, the less all over the ground.
Yeah, that's true, yeah,
Does that mean that the one that's over in the shelter is full and that's why they're coming over and putting it over there?
probably.
Because if that case, Jason, there's not one there, then it's just gonna be shoving that
Yeah,
all
right.
over the place.
Right,
So,
yeah, so either replace it, have a second one there, or put a second one in the park.
you know,
Probably,
I'll take that little pinky one that's in the park over there, because it's only this tall,
yeah.
I'll take it out, put a barrel in there.
Yeah.
We pull garbage Monday, Wednesday, Friday,
Wow.
so.
I mean, parks are getting used, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one, I think the garbage.
And going, since we're talking garbage, what's you know, in the winter time, everybody still goes down there and uses the garbages, and I went down this spring and filtered it. So, well, we this winter, barring any unforeseen snowstorms, with buried stuff, I'll go pull garbages once in a while. I'll just do it on my time. But they are mine, I mean, it's just, it doesn't take that long.
There's right down hours to do it.
You have, you guys have a push mower too, right?
Yep.
I don't know what everybody has, or what we all have, so.
And push mowers, push whackers, two riders, yep,
Weed,
that's your spray company.
you guys don't do any spraying, right? No.
Not anymore.
So like when they come and spray a park, like the weed, in like the park in the, I don't know, sand or the wood chips, whatever they have, they're supposed to be spraying all of that.
That's their job.
okay, and I have a question. Do you think ISI was better than OSI?
I can't say that because we had an especially wet year,
Yeah,
so, but taking it away from me, because I was spraying in between them, you know, the weeds, you know, I got shut down on it, and I need to explain why, I mean, I've been doing this, we've been doing this for years, I've been doing this, you know, spraying the park, you
Do
know.
you want to go back to that?
I should have it.
I agree with this,
Let me explain here, I mean, I understand.
why did that change?
You shut me down.
I did?
You called me and told me not to spray anymore.
Oh, no,
So I haven't explained why, do we do, I wouldn't use your point. And I'll tell you why we spray a foot out. So the mowers don't have to get next to any of that stuff, and that's those plastic things, that's what we spray around the stop sign. I sprayed everything and never had a problem. I sprayed the baseball field, they come, I go and spray it when the weeds start popping up, we never have weeds like we got down there now.
right, that's what I'm.
There's never, I've been asked several times, I said, that's why I spray something, that's what they're supposed to be doing. Well, they did spray the other day, and they are starting to die. But
Well, I did know
there was so much,
after I talked to you about weeds, when I came by the other day, I'm like, that's just dying.
yeah, they sprayed it. I mean, it's good. You see their little signs, and that was the thing with Machine Park, you know, Elsa wanted us to take it over. So when we went with ISI, I went and took the kid around,
yeah.
showed him everything that needed to be sprayed. I said, if it's not on your bid, you need to get it on the bid, take it back to my board. I said, I spent an hour and a half with him showing everything that needs to be done. And I finally, we didn't do Machine Park, and it blew up, and I held foot one sprayed it, now there's a sign on it again. We didn't do Hidden Park the other day when we were here though. There's no sign, they always do it when they've done stuff, there's not one Hidden Park.
Did they give like a heads up, like they were coming to spray?
No, cause when they did this job, they come five times a year, they come whenever.
So don't we need to like let people,
No,
it's all fake stuff, like?
yeah, it's all fake.
If the kids
Yeah,
know,
it's all,
Okay.
Were they supposed to be spraying that, like, over there with, all the equipment and stuff?
That was part of the bid.
Why did I have to go over there and actually do that?
Yeah, I don't think we're saying they didn't do it right away and now they're just signing it.
Well, yeah, they did it now, cause right when they killed it, and then there was some weeds again, and these guys did it now, and they put a sign on it. They put a sign, did a little plastic sign on everything they spray. I've got one at my shop. I don't care if you spray my shop at all. I don't. But the fencing, I mean, they would come,
That baseball thing,
and
terrible.
I don't know, I've had several questions on it, I'm like, that's our spray company. This is what happens when you take stuff out of my hand, and I can't do it, and then I just don't do it no more. But that's like I spray a foot out, if you go look at the baseball field, go look how far out the weeds, or how far back the grass is from fence. We've always done it like that,
Well, when I yelled at you, I didn't say yell back.
because I'm not gonna ever yell at you. But that's why, I mean, if you go look at Renner Park now, I spray around, I spray, 6 inches, 8 inches out from the plastic barriers. So we don't have to get that close with the mower, it's wreck those things.
Right.
Spray the stop signs, the benches, it all looks like, to be honest, it's poop. I'm embarrassed, it's poop.
Right. You drive by the park, Dave and I were talking about it the other day.
Drive up to hidden part and go look inside there. Now there only is the most, almost, I don't know where the most went, but it's so low in there now, but there's little trees popping up. Cause I was just up there, spent 3 hours a day cutting trees. So I quit spraying,
Would you wanna go back to spraying again?
I should do it. I
Okay.
should keep,
Some spray on
they
that.
weed, they are good for the baseball field, cause they weed and feed that.
Right.
And they weed and feed all the parks.
We want to keep them, cause they can do a lot of, big areas where
That's what I mean.
you're
Well, you can do it in
more
between,
Yes.
in between us
And
and
now,
doing
remember, we got rain again now. Okay, well, that's just gonna regenerate the weeds again, so I could, I would go next week or whatever, and spray them again, and be done with it. Cause when I spray it dies, I kill it,
Right.
cause I use a little more chemical per bottle, and it says just for this much water, and, I got a 15-gallon sprayer, and it gets 2 bottles, it'll be 30 gallons, and I kill it. It's just easier, less weed whacking for me, I don't have to worry about it, and all my culverts are done, all my stop signs, I can spin around in them in the mower, I don't have to get out the mower for nothing. So, yeah, I just, in fact, one of the guys who lives down there, and I'm pretty sure that's part of why he was sitting there, said to me, he goes, "Damn, Chris," he goes, "what's going on with the baseball company?" That's spray company. Because there was made reference to Noah, that maybe somebody should go out and drag that field down, because the infield was full of weeds. And they sprayed them, they're dying, but we never had that line in between sprays with them. I know we pay a lot of money for them to spray, but it's easier for me to go back, and when they start popping, and I spray them, because they're 5 weeks out of the summer, I don't know when their time frame is, I don't know if they can give us a schedule or what, I don't know how that works.
typically give us a schedule on it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I caught the guy one day at the Mississippi Park. And I said to him, "Hey, you guys, there are too many weeds in this park. We want this clean." And he said, oh yeah, it's been raining a lot, and I'm doing it today, it'll be good in 3 days. It never was.
And then we did do a lot of winter early on, and the weeds were crazy everywhere we went.
Yeah.
But
We haven't had
I had
that
to
now
have
for a while.
permission to keep spraying, we went.
I was spraying at that time, and they were under control, but then somebody drove by Leonard Park, and I got a phone call and got my ears chewed off.
But I got mine
I
too,
quit,
first,
well, I know, but
you know.
the public doesn't understand why we do what we do.
Okay,
And it doesn't,
I'm sorry,
no, I don't hold it against you, I know what you're doing, you were the boss, I said, okay. But
you should have been with me when I was told the pool that they were gonna work.
I
Yeah,
think
two
I should still
lifeguards.
have, I think I should still have the permission to spray in between them. Because that, I mean, that baseball, that makes me sick down there, Jeff.
Yeah. I'm giving you
That-
credit
that-
right now,
that thing has-
credit between
that thing
their
hasn't had
trades
that
or whatever
many
you
leads
deem it necessary.
That thing hasn't sprayed, that thing hasn't had that many leads in it since I started working for
No.
the park board. It's horrible now. Oh, see, since we're talking parks and stuff, the porta potties can go.
Down there.
Yeah, the baseball field, the four can go down there, the one out of, hidden part of the five that we got can go, because they're going back to school and there's nothing going on at the baseball field, and soccer programs out of 40. So we don't need them anymore to keep paying on that, because they were just here, went through them. I seen the track.
You have,
And I just wrote it, Chris will do garbages in winter. Chris will go back to weeding his way.
My way.
How's that?
we talked about the garbages, any other discussion on weeds, garbages?
The swing at the pool, I know nothing about.
Huh?
It says here, swing at the pool.
Swing at the pool.
I have nothing.
I took care of it.
Did you?
Well, I took the swing down because it was about,
Yeah, but I don't know if you guys don't have my number.
no, I don't.
I mean, no, I understand.
Somebody-
I understand you're a park guy, but I mean, still.
I came over to ask Chelsea something, and somebody was here at the park over the weekend, they called in, and I just went and took it down.
Well, I heard, I talked to, I was actually down.
Got one to the east side,
Oh,
I didn't want to look at it.
yeah, you're in, no.
And then we thought, we
So
also
I don't
talked on the
know-
phone, so I said, well, can you fix it? And he said, well,
I mean, I
probably could, but I don't know if it would be fixing it,
I think
that's
it's
something
maybe
that
just buying
maybe swing.
Yeah, we should just buy a plastic bucket swing.
Yeah. Cause I don't wanna.
We
fix-
can
I
order,
don't-
we won't put it up now. Well, we could.
I mean, this park thing we use for,
Yeah, there's,
On
there's,
weekends and
there's,
stuff.
I can order a bucket swing.
Yeah,
okay, I'll make a motion for Judy to
And I
order.
have it at my shop, so we can just, once we get one, just
yeah.
take the pin off of it and everything. I was gonna bring it on.
Where did we get those?
It's-
I just
don't
got
know that.
some. Where did I
I
get
don't know
it?
if you can get that from Dakota
Yeah,
too.
I mean, I'm sure,
Oh, okay,
I'm sure you're gonna pay a little more from Dakota, but at least
it's good stuff.
if something happens to it
Yeah.
2 weeks after you buy it.
Yeah, that could have been my miss too, because I spent a lot of time in the park, in Riverside Park, getting these trees trimmed up for Washburn Lights, so I didn't have to hear about that. I spent almost a full week down there, and I went down there and I just cut them, and next day, or I was going to take them home, hauled them to garbage, so. I pretty much got Riverside done for the year. Hidden Park, I just spent 2 hours in Hidden Park the other day whacking trees down there, and I pulled them all out, hauled them, anything was sagging down that I could touch from the mower, got cut.
Yeah,
And
good.
it just snapped those branches, and it cut them off, and it just snapped them back up.
So Chris, there's people driving in there every day.
Well, the people that live in Hidden Park,
Yeah, that live on my street.
they live right there.
Yeah. Well, I think we're gonna put up something so they can't drive in there.
Well, I know there's signs that no motorized vehicles, but that guy, I don't know. He lives right next to, no, he lives right there on the corner, right across the street from me. You know what I'm talking about, Jack, when you go in, if you go past Larry's house, man, and you go on, you hit the gravel road, that first house that's right here on the corner.
In the, like the trailer park.
Yep, if you're going up the trailer park, that first house, where you can turn and go to Judy's house, yep, there's a house right there. He's the guy that's parked, he's got vehicles in the back there.
In the park, like on the
Well,
other side of the park.
I don't know, but there's
He comes in through the park.
yeah, he comes through, and then it's not that. And apparently they did something, because somebody put some dirt in there, still in that hole a little bit, so, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was him. So I think they'll throw a stick if we block that off.
I'll go talk to him.
Yeah, so, I mean,
There's
there's a sign right there, that says no motorized vehicles.
where you go into the park, there's a little walk through there between the bushes, there's a
So there's a driveway there. When
But
we first,
you can fit a vehicle through there,
yeah, that's the spot.
and that's where he's driving a vehicle through that spot and into the park area.
Yep, and then he's parked next to the back of the shrub row, and then I think the guy next to him too is, he's driving in and out of there too.
No, there should be no need
That
for.
means that almost like,
Yeah, he's driving.
you're talking this house right here.
Yeah, that house, yeah, this white one in here, because then here's the entrance to the park. Yeah, it's this first house right here, but I think this guy here too, and they're parking right here back by the tree. There's a red GMC, Jimmy, sitting there, yeah, that's back there. But this guy next door, he's got a blue Chevy 3/4 ton that comes in and out of there once in a while. I haven't never seen him drive, but it's sitting back there too. He's got a shop back there, that's what I mean. But there's a sign right there that says no motorized vehicles.
There should be no vehicles in that park at all.
The only vehicle that should be in that park is our
Mowers or if there's
our pickup.
something that we,
And the only other thing you could do is
Fence it, or put a chain on
put a
it.
chain across it with a paddle lock,
Yep.
only you guys have
Yep.
the key for it.
I
Like I
think
said,
we should do that.
he's been doing it for years, so I'm pretty sure he's gonna throw a fit. But
Yeah, but we don't need,
I know,
there's
I
kids
know,
in the park and he's not paying
I know.
attention.
I know he's packing trailers in and out of there, that guy next to the back now, whatever, I know he's got that pickup and there's different trailers in there once in a while. The other thing with that too is pine trees or land on our side.
Are you telling me, if you're going to my house, it's the houses going to my house? Is that-
If you're driving out there and Larry's house is right there, the old man, when you turn to go towards your house, it's the first two houses on the right hand side. They're parking their vehicles, you can drive up there now, they're sitting back there.
Okay.
He's got a red little Jimmy, and then there's a trailer back there, and then that blue Dodge, or blue Chevy sits back there once in a while. But yeah, they're going in and out of there.
it's right in that corner then, right, would be right behind the house.
Yep. Yeah, they're going in and out of there. I don't know where, and the property lines and, for them, or our property back there, well, you know what, you gotta go to our property.
That property
doesn't go that far.
Okay, we have to, I make a motion to adjourn.
We're not done
We're
yet.
not done yet.
Oh,
I,
I'll do
made
something.
a motion for you by the,
Yes.
we need a second on that.
Oh,
The baseball field shed that was rock, we'll postpone that.
Who's calling, tell me to get rid of the 420?
I can call him.
I was just wondering if somebody's gonna be,
I thought you were,
Yeah.
you had, or you ordered out, or?
I just wanna make sure that somebody had it, and just,
Right.
so they don't end up sitting down there for 2 more months before they do.
Before we turn that one more time. Okay, yesterday I got a phone call, local business called me, asked me if I help them out. I was up there with them, I was there 7 minutes. I was driving back to the shop, and Brock started blowing up my phone. Somebody called, said I was up there with park workers. Now, here's the thing, we're going asking for money from the public, and the businesses and all this other stuff. Why can't I help them out if they're anything? I mean, what is 7 minutes? I know it's parkour equipment, I know we're parkour, so, you know, that's part of me giving back to the community.
Right, I personally don't see it.
I don't either. I mean,
If you wanted to say who it was, is it a business that,
Dakota Farm, I'll tell you, I don't hide nothing, Dan, it was Dakota Farm. They have a change in policy now, and their boss called me and asked me if I could help out. They had a spot back in the corner that was this tall, took me 7 minutes, I went in there, cut it, drove off. And by the time I got to the corner, Crowdy, Brock had called me and texted me about it, somebody had already called. So,
they're doing it because of your wife worked there?
probably,
Somebody was saying that.
probably, I mean, but, you know, her boss called me. What's wrong with giving back to the community a little bit?
Right.
It's
It's
not that I do it every day.
It isn't all day thing,
No. 7 minutes.
but 7 days.
Ross would understand that too, but you know what,
I want-
we get the phone call.
Well, I know, I know, he called, I know, and I couldn't get stopped fast enough to get a phone call and then he texted. I just think that, you know, for, you know, stepping out and helping somebody who needed help,
Yeah, they don't need a mower there for the,
no,
they're more.
they have to come in and clean it up.
Right.
Yeah, no.
7 minutes.
No, I have no issue with that.
Well, I want the board, you know, no. So, I mean, that was the only other thing that was kind of bothering me, you know. I just, you know, we do so much for the,
Right.
for the public.
For the community and they help
Yeah,
us.
if we go up there and ask them, hey, can we put this bucket here for pennies for the pool,
And
We're gonna help them out for 7 minutes, they might not wanna help us out for having a bucket there.
And hopefully if we ask them for a donation someday for the pool, hopefully they'll turn around and say, hey, you help us out.
Here's
Yeah.
a gift card for,
Yep, yep,
Right,
it'll come back to us.
right.
Lord, and you know what, this is a little community, that's enough,
Yeah, we're already losing Family Dollar now.
are we? Well, that's okay, cause I can't stop there, because I thought, you know, talking to you boys, you know, I just thought we could have a really good time, and I thought, that's it. They're gonna close?
Yeah.
supposedly their,
Yeah, all right.
their lease is up and.
Let's adjourn.
Yeah,
Make a motion.
I'll second.
okay.